We're here today at the ASCRS virtual meeting in an unusual situation this year. And we're joined by Bob Dempsey, who is CEO of TearClear. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you.
And I just wanted to kind of begin with talking about your new role at TearClear, and you know, could you kind of talk a little bit about that and what some of the objectives you hope to achieve?
Yeah, well, and thanks for the opportunity, and a call out to our friends and colleagues in the ophthalmology space during this very difficult time. Obviously, we're thinking about you. So jumping into TearClear, I joined as CEO on April 15th. From the standpoint of our immediate goals, it's to get up to speed. Obviously, I want to understand the technology. I want to work very closely with our team, and though that's been difficult as we've had to do everything virtual, and then really understand all aspects of the business. Look at the immediate goals. It's to continue to learn the business, but also to plan ahead. So one of the things I really want to do with the organization is have TearClear become a well-known name in the ophthalmic space. And I take a lot of the success I've had with Xiidra and the launch of Shire, apply that playbook. So how do you do that? You do that by engaging the ecosystem, ensuring the docs, industry, leadership, societies know who the organization is. On top of that, I want to bolt on, we are in our critical stage of planning and ultimately executing over the next 12 months our clinical registration trials. So in 2021, we will be having 2 programs in the clinic. As we're going forward with the 505(b)(2) route, these will be registration trials for timolol and latanoprost. And really the ultimate goal is to use these registration studies, submit to the FDA, and if all goes well, we'll have that take place in 2022. And upon approval, if all goes well, we'll be planning and then ultimately executing our commercial launch into the ophthalmic space in 2022. So to get there, 2020 is about planning, 2021 is about executing, 2022 is about commercialization.
Mm-hmm. Some exciting times for sure.
Yes.
So are you having a virtual booth at ASCRS this year, or what are your plans?
Well, other than attending as many of the conferences as I can, we will not have a virtual booth, as I didn't have the opportunity to get in on time. So, obviously I'll be working with a lot of my dear friends and colleagues who will be attending. I'll be very much looking forward to some of the lectures, and hopefully I'll be able to listen to. I think one that absolutely fascinates me is one that Dr. Edward Holland shared with me. And that's one of the keynote presentations on Saturday and Sunday about starting up. I mean, obviously, all these practices across the country have been really shut down. But now it's fascinating looking at the panel. I was talking to Liz Yu, and she's going to be on one of the panels with Ed and Dr. Lindstrom about how practices can go forward in this very turbulent time of starting to see patients, how to keep the staff safe, how to keep the surgeons safe, and how to keep the patients safe, and how they are going to take special precautions and implement new policies to really allow, quote unquote, patient flow similar to what it was in the past, taking these special circumstances and allowing them to start to ramp up their practices. Of course, it's going to be a slow implementation. And it will be fascinating on these panels on Saturday and Sunday to hear the different applications that practices across the country will be implementing.
Do you have a re-entry message that you're kind of sharing with the community, as ophthalmology prepares to reopen, just to kind of, reassure them that you're there and what steps you may be taking to help them in that process?
As a startup organization, what we really want to do is make sure that the physicians are aware that we're building a organization. We're building an organization dedicated to the ophthalmic space, and building an organization dedicated to ultimately helping the physicians serve their patients better. And our value proposition is removing preservatives from the ocular surface. And the way that we'll be doing that is by capturing BAK in the bottle, keeping it there where it's safely preserved, and preventing it from hitting the ocular surface. As we all know, and especially cataract surgeons and cornea specialists, that BAK can cause detrimental effects on the ocular surface. So I'll be reaching out to all the friends that I've worked with across multiple companies for multiple years to help better understand how to message this unique opportunity we have at TearClear, and start to make sure that they're aware of where I am, where the company is, and that I will be engaging them in the future from a professional educational perspective.
Do you have any plans for like virtual resources or webinars or lunch and learns or anything like that to engage?
Yeah, yes. So professionally, TearClear will engage in medical advisory, but I'm also very, very involved in some philanthropic activities that ASCRS is very involved in. So one of them is I'm the president of the Holland Foundation for the Restoration of Sight. So this is an opportunity to ensure the centers of excellence that we're in the process of working with are aware of our mission, of our foundation, and where we are from the status of that foundation. And it's really important when you think of these centers of excellence, with Dr. Holland being the focal point, but our engagements of Marjan Farid, of Albert Chung, of Winston Chamberlain, of Priya Gupta, of Chris Starr, and really using this meeting over the next couple of days as an opportunity to engage these centers of excellence, to know what we're doing on this very special foundation. So professionally, TearClear; personally, the Holland Foundation for Sight will be my two primary objectives over the weekend.